The title of this course is Hurdle Technology Application in the Agri-Food Sector. The material is prepared from Professor Renata Congoli, Dr. Fatbarda Mehta, Dr. Luciana Hoxha from Faculty of Biotechnology and Food at the Agricultural University of Tirana, Albania. The topics to be treated during this course are first introduction to hurdle technology, basic of food macrobiology, post-harvest handling and preparation of food for processing, major hurdles for food preservation, physicochemical hurdles and other types, additives and preservation, novel thermal and non-thermal technologies in combined processes, principles of food preservation and hurdle applications. For today, we discuss about introduction to hurdle technology, some features of hurdle technology, main principles applied in the advanced technology, methods and applications, some definitions, and the literature we used for this material. Today, the demand for conservation of natural food products, protection against rapid decay, and the possibility of continued consumption, not connected to the season and the place of production, put an important role to the conservation industry. Food technology is an applied science that deals with human activities with the purpose of processing raw materials for ready-made products and preserving the life of foodstuff stability to improve quality and safety. During the technological process, mechanical and chemical transformation of raw materials into food products occurs. Conventional food technology processes include operations through which raw materials pass of physical, chemical, and macrobiological transformation and convert into semi or final food products. But what are hurdle technologies? Hurdle technologies are the combination of processing techniques that use two or more barriers to microorganism decay in a balanced and prudent form, with intentions to save the freshness, nutritive values, and authenticity of food. Hurdle technologies are also known as combined processes, combined storage conditions, combined techniques, or technological barriers. What are some main features of hurdle technology? First, this technology are very important because are efficient from the energy point of view. This technology helps reduce losses after harvest, help overcome the problems of the production season, maintain the properties of fresh raw material, are suitable for processing near harvest sites, and do not require sophisticated equipment. So are cheap techniques. Some principles of hurdle technologies. Hurdle technologies should enable minimizing the potential of the emergence and development of microorganisms that poison and spoil food products. Show that the complex interaction of temperature, water activity, and pH are important in influencing to microorganisms. Also enable product preservation by overcoming the homeostatic resistance of microorganisms and prevent the propagation of microorganisms by passing them in an active state until final elimination. Hurdle technologies are used according to specific needs, such as in different stages of food chain, for example during storage processes, processing of food products, packaging, in order to reduce microbial risk and increase the shelf life. Also, they can be used to improve the quality of food products with high lifespan without diminishing the stability and microbial safety, but also they can use for the preparation of new food products as a new conservation procedure. There are some criteria for selecting the combined conservation factors for the treatment of food products that depends on the types of microorganisms that may be present and can be developed in food products, some physicochemical and biochemical reactions which can destroy their values, also for the need for ready-to-use infrastructure and sensory properties during storage, lifespan, and product packaging requirements. Some of Hurdle techniques selected as combined conservation methods are blanching, reduction of water activity and use of additives, acidification process, pasteurization, sterilization, radiation, refrigeration, freezing, manufacture of pickles, fermentation, and others. Blanching is a form of pasteurization which applies to fruit and vegetables, primarily applied to the destruction of natural enzymes which could damage the fruit or vegetables. During the blanching process, the initial microbiological load is reduced by inactivated to the heat-sensitive microorganisms. Usually is practiced in cases where the products are for freezing. Reduction of water activity and use of additives is another way of using these technologies. During food processing, the reduction of water activity is realized in three ways. First, dehydration or traditional drying in the sun or dryers without air, by the addition of salt of sugar by wet infusion or by dry infusion, and by combining of the first two ways. Acidification is another method that might be used for these purposes. The pH is one of the most important conservation factors. Through it, we can determine type of microorganisms that survive, the pace of their growth, the activity of conservators, and sustainability of vitamins. The most widely used acids due to their price and sensorial evaluation are citric acids, phosphoric acid, but in some cases even acetic acid. Pasteurization is also called light heat treatment under the boiling point in food processing. This process increases life expectancy through microbiological reduction and enzymatic breakdown. For example, it might be used in some cases at 65 degrees for 30 minutes for batch systems or 72 degrees for 16 seconds in continuous flow systems. Pasteurization destroys vegetative pathogens that cause disease, but it does not destroy spores. Usually it is combined with other techniques as cooling, blanching, but in some cases it might be used as sterilization process for a very short time. Sterilization is a strong heat treatment, in some cases even for some minutes in 122 degrees Celsius. Relies a complete destruction of microorganisms, even spores. It affects the inactivation of enzymes and microorganisms, the presence of which will destroy the food. Also deteriorates the quality of some nutrients like aroma, texture, color. Ionized radiation are called those groups of radiation which have the ability to give molecules and atoms that face on their path sufficient energy to remove a positive ion. The leaving electron is then reunited with another atom or molecule and make it a negative ion. Ionizing radiation enables pathogen reduction, and it is used for herbs, food based on meat, disinfection from insects, especially for cereals and dried fruits, inhibits germination, especially for onion, potatoes, ginger, garlics, and delay ripening for fruits, especially for bananas and so on. Refrigeration. The ideal treatment temperatures of refrigeration are from 0 to 4 Celsius degree. Gives products with high quality because maintain freshness with minimally treated. Slows down the chemical and biological processes in food. Slows down the accompanying deterioration and the loss of quality. The storage life of fresh food, such as meat, fish, fruits, and vegetables, can be extended by several days by refrigerating. Freezing is one of the oldest methods of food preservation, which allows preservation of taste, texture, and nutritional values in food. Treatment temperatures range from -18 to -30 degrees Celsius. A good packaging is needed for this. The freezing process is a combination of the beneficial effects of low temperatures at which microorganisms cannot grow, chemical reactions are reduced, and cellular metabolic reactions are delayed. Here is shown a scheme for the manufacture of pickles. First process is maceration of vegetables or blanching. Then we have to put in salt solution with a percentage of salt from 6 to 10 for 10 days. Then must be used another salt solution with 16% for 6 weeks. After then, vegetables had to be washed with water to remove the salt. After that, packing in a solution with 3% salt, 6% vinegar, and 5% saccharose. After that, heat treatment at 80 to 90 degrees for 2 or 3 minutes. For the fermentation process is introduced a scheme for the vegetable fermentation. The first stage is vegetable fermentation. After that, development of lactic acid bacteria. Then it was used a solution of 3 to 5% salt. After that, vegetables kept submerged in salt solution. The fermentation lasts 2 to 3 weeks. Washing vegetables with water to remove salt. Packing in a solution with 3% salt and 5% vinegar, and pasteurization process. The importance of applying hurdle technologies in frame of food processing are focused on removal of toxins, improve the taste of food products, extend shelf life, adapting the lifestyle, also enable the transportation, especially for fruit and vegetables. In this slide are represented some of books that we use for the preparation of this material.